There's this one thing that's even more important than any strategy in poker, and I'm going to show you what this is today. So a few days ago I went to play poker. It was in a live poker setting, but it doesn't matter, it's the same for online poker as well. So I went there, it was a morning, it was 10:30 or so. I went to the casino, and what happened there was I sat down. There were only 6 players at the table, and 2 of them were quite good aggressive players, especially one of them. So I sat down. Well, there was the only table that was available, so I had to play that table. And I had all sorts of situations where I was maybe a small favorite, but I really only had small edges, to the point where I had to jam my pocket tens against this really good player in late versus late configuration with 3 bets and 4 bets. And so we played 1-2, so I had to shove my pocket tens for £400, which is 200 big blinds, and he happened to have aces in that spot. So I got it in there and I did it calculatedly. I thought if he has a range that I assigned him to have, it would be profitable, but he did have aces in that spot, so that can happen. That's not what I'm talking about here. But what I'm talking about is it was a really tough table where I had to try to eke out small edges. And then compare that to 2 days later, I went to a different card room and also only one table available, but I sat down and I knew a few faces there. There were players who were fairly good, nothing too special. And then there was one player I didn't know, and after 2 minutes I realized that he was a massive calling station, really bad player. I made so many good hands against him. Again, I got lucky against him, but I had flush over flush against him, and I got him to call with ace highs when I had an overpair and things like that, and I really made a lot of money. I made £743 in 5 hours playing at that table. So what is my point here? My point is that it makes such a massive difference whether you play at a good or at a bad table, and especially in online poker, players don't even realize this because they multi-table, they play 6 or 8 or even more tables, and then they don't realize if one table is better than the other. And the same if you play a fast fold format like Zoom on PokerStars, you will not be able to choose who you play against. But this is just so important. People do not realize how massive it is to play against the right players. So the most important thing in poker, whether live or online, is table selection. Please always make sure that you sit at the best table possible when you play cash games. This will really skyrocket your win rate if you are a winning player.